Okay, so the abortion bill has passed, right? Okay. MPs vote to decriminalise abortion. What is the law and how will it change? MPs argued in the debate that the UK's abortion law has been increasingly used against vulnerable women and girls. So this is just the more vulnerable women and girls non sequitur, because it's complete non sequitur. So women had like 7 months in the past to get an abortion, right? So there's really no difference about the last 2 months in the pregnancy, right? Okay, it was roughly 7 months, right? About or 6 months. So women are now allowed to abort viable fetuses and not be criminalised for it. Okay, so this if the fetus is viable and you just abort it and you abandon it to die, that's murder. So if someone's stuck on a ship with a baby boy, right? Let's say they're a castaway and they had supplies of food, and they thought, right, I'm just gonna throw the baby over the into the water and get rid of it because it's my food, my choice, right? I don't want to feed the baby, right? That would be murder, okay? And even if they didn't do that, let's just say they just let this baby starve to death, but they kept it on the boat, right? That would still be murder, it'd be neglect, it'd be murder, right? Okay, so it's the same for abortion. Abortion should be outlawed completely, and not for rape, not for deformities, right? Okay, not for any reason, not late and not early term, because it's been proven this is a slippery slope. This is a slippery slope, right? It's been proven, and this is just done out of spite. Okay, and they ruthlessly play the my vulnerable women card. Okay, MPs have voted to discriminate abortion in England and Wales in a landmark step that will usher in the most far-reaching changes to reproductive rights in decades. So reproductive rights is a euphemism as well, right? A Nazi having the right to bash a Jew's head in, right? It okay. That's not legal rights, right? That's just a criminal act. The state is enabling baby murder, right? MPs voted by 379 to 137 in favour of the reform after an emotional and passionate debate in the House of Commons. So the vast majority of the population are against decriminalising abortion, from all the polls I've seen. Okay, so they're against it, and yeah, yeah. So this is democracy in action. Yeah, Labour MP Tonya and Torosi and Stella Creasy tabled rival amendments to the Crime and Bill policing to effectively decriminalise abortion, but in different ways. MPs overwhelmingly backed an amendment by Labour MP Tonya, which would result in removing the threat of investigation, arrest, prosecution, or imprisonment of any woman acting in relation to her own pregnancy. So this is female supremacy. We're the gatekeepers of life. We get to decide if the life gets to live or die. So this is no different than a libertarian gatekeeping food. No, right, and not feeding a bunch of starving people who've got no other option. Right? It says my food, my choice, my property, my choice. Yeah, this is actually worse though because the people he's gatekeeping against have got could probably find food somewhere else, even if they're desperate. The reform is designed to protect women while maintaining penalties from medical professionals and abusive partners who terminate a pregnancy outside the current legal framework. Okay, so this is like have your cake and eat it too, right? Wow, this is the female supremacy is off the roof, yeah, and abusive partners who terminate pregnancies. So, yeah, okay, so abusive partners who terminate pregnancies are just illegally trying to defend themselves from child support slavery, right? It's the same as it's like we're gonna like prosecute a slave who uses violence to escape from his slave master. It's equivalent of that, yeah. Okay, and abusive partners, it's all the abusive men. It's just abusive men. So you're a female. You get to decide whether life within you lives or dies, right? You're supreme. Okay, you're supreme. Okay, but we're still holding others to account. This is fucking insane. This is insane. Abusive partners who terminate a pregnancy. The only way that ever happens is if the man like slips some abortion pills into the champagne or something, right? Or or if the man like, kicks the woman in the stomach, which is already a crime, and they get long jail sentences for that, right? The thing is, this concern over pregnant women is hypocritical. So now, really, if you want to be consistent legally, if a man kicks a pregnant woman in the stomach and makes her lose the fetus, he should only really be charged for assault woman now. If you want to be legally consistent, but we live in a gender. I'm saying that shouldn't be the law. Of course, a man who kicks a pregnant woman in the stomach should be charged for harming the fetus, right? But it's not legally consistent now. It's female supremacy. Yeah, I'm consistent. I believe the fetuses should be protected, right? Okay. Women who abort pregnancy should be considered the same as a man who boots a pregnant woman in the stomach. They're the same, right? They're killing a helpless baby. It's fucking disgusting. Yeah. Under current laws, abortion is legal in England and Wales, but allowed up to the first 24 weeks of pregnancy. After that point, a fetus is considered viable, meaning it can survive its born, giving appropriate support. Yeah. Okay. Beyond this point, abortion is only allowed in certain circumstances, such as a woman's life is in danger, or if the fetus shows severe signs of abnormalities. Okay. So the woman's life in danger shouldn't be a thing. The baby should come first. The woman should die giving birth to a baby because children come first. That's an ethically consistent position from me as well. And it's good if you tell society there's limits to your female supremacy, right? The baby's more important than you. It's your duty to die for the new life. Okay, that makes perfect sense to me, right? So, women have got to be disposable instead of men for a change. An abortion must also be approved by two doctors who will decide if the criteria have been met. These include risks to the life of the pregnant woman or preventing her from grave injury, as well as substantial risk to the child if it were born. Right? However, laws have recently changed to allow women to access pills to be taken at home or to terminate a pregnancy up to 10 weeks. So that's probably already created a black market for abortion pills. Yeah? Yeah, they just let women do whatever the fuck they want, yeah. The most recent data shows that a quarter of a million abortions were reported in England and Wales in 2022, making it the highest number since the figures started being recorded. So this is like the mental. I saw mental defects ranting about a quarter of a million women raped. Let's see if I can find the tweet. There you go. Look at this mental defect. A quarter of a million young girls were systematically raped by grooming gangs. This is complete horseshit. This is right-wing brain rot, right? I hope this guy was born in 1952 because this guy needs to be gone as soon as possible. We need less right-wing racists in our country, right? So, yeah, let's go back to... This is infanticide on an industrial scale. This is like women are natural Nazis, eugenicists, and like we were importing immigrants that we frankly don't need. Mass immigration. I'm not against immigration. I'm against mass immigration, right? We're reporting mass immigration, right? Because we need cheap labour, right? And we don't have full employment. We don't have proper education. There's like millions of there's loads of homeless white people, and in this country, I was one of them. Yeah. Okay. So we're just importing mass immigration. Okay. Yeah, and mass immigration actually damages the host countries as well. I'll do a video on this. Okay, the problem with the immigration debate is you've got right-wing racists who just hate them all. Okay, and they're just racists, and they talk about grooming gangs. And you've got the so-called liberal nutcases, you just sort of let them all in. There's no measure, there's no balance to the debate, right? So anyway, all first world nations have got birth population declines coming, and there's so-called concern about that. Okay, and women are just aborting quarter of a million in a country the size of the UK. This is absolutely fucking staggering. Abortion has to be outlawed. Abortion just has to be outlawed. This is like mass murder. Mass murder. Like if women don't want to have kids and they just want to kill their babies, they don't deserve extra rights, and they actually don't even deserve the same rights as men. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like all these fucking turfs concerned trolling about men and women's bathrooms, you're fucking losers. You're fucking losers. In the past 3 years, 6 women have appeared in court in England charged with ending or attempting to end their pregnancy outside the rules of abortion law. Oh my god, oh no, oh my god. We're trying to apply the law to women. That's so wrong. Let's get rid of it. Fucking hell, man. Nicola Pecker, 45, was acquitted of having an illegal abortion. She was arrested in hospital at the height of a COVID pandemic after taking abortion pills when she was 26 weeks pregnant, believing she was only around 6 weeks into her pregnancy. Okay, she didn't believe that. That's a lie. Okay. Her case followed that of Clara Foster, who was jailed in 2023 for illegally attending abortion tablets at end of pregnancy when she was between 32 and 43 weeks pregnant. That's just baby murder. Already told she will spend 14 months of a 8 sentence in prison. The court reduced it to 14 months. Both cases provided outrage and renewed calls to change the law. So feminists were outraged that women weren't allowed to murder babies, basically, a viable fetus. Yeah? This is female supremacy. This is what fucking scum they are. We've got to get this sentimental bullshit ideas we have about women out of our fucking heads. Yeah? Okay? Yeah? Right? Even the mass murderer Stalin was against abortion. Right? Even he got rid of abortion. So that means Stalin was more morally sound than we are in our fucking degenerate country. Quarter of a million. Wow. 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 I'm going to find this study. Wow. Yeah? I'm going to tweet this bitch. I'm going to tweet this bitch. Yeah, this is like, you are a fucking genocider. You are a fucking infanticide. It's infanticide. Mass infanticide. Yeah? Yeah? Like, women should be ashamed of themselves. Ashamed. Shame on you. And shame on the men of the UK as well for allowing this. Shame on the fucking UK. Shame on the care of duty of a civilization is to protect the vulnerable, protect babies. Or you know what? What next? Are we going to start euthanizing old people because they're a waste of resources to look after them? Like what? Like Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah? Yeah? It's mostly women that work at care homes for the elderly. Are we going to like pass laws? Oh no, women who beat and abuse elder people are going to prison. It's something that's got to be done about this. We've got to decriminalise it for women. I'm not surprised that's going to happen in the next 20 years. There's a so Miss Casey wanted to make an even more extreme law that goes further, just to completely decriminalise abortion. Yeah, it's safe and legal baby murders. So again, I'm absolutely fucking disgusted. Over and out.